Here are the top 10 sports stories from 2023. There were some highs, some lows, and some scandal, but all of it was unforgettable.
I got a feel-good story for you.
What else do you want the man to do?
We're counting down the best plays. How do you define success?
George Wrighster.
Number 10. Wow, now this one, it didn't feel good to me because I was wrong. Nikola Jokic confirms his MVPs with a title and cements himself as an all-time great. Oh, this would hurt me because I was wrong. He got the MVP in 21 and in 22, and if the Denver Nuggets didn't break through and win in 2023, Jokic was facing a legacy on par with Steve Nash. And while being a legend like Steve Nash is never a bad thing, Nash's lack of a title caused people to spend the last 2 decades discounting his back-to-back MVP seasons like me, because Kobe should have had one of them. I'm just saying. But Jokic doesn't have to worry about that anymore because this last season, he led the Nuggets past Kevin Durant and LeBron James in the Western Conference Finals, then absolutely destroyed one of the best defenses in the NBA to send Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler home in just 5 games. And now he's that dude always and forever. Number 9. This was a tough one, man. The fall of Ja Morant. Because Ja Morant has the talent to be an all-time great, but over the last 2 years, we learned that he's more concerned with having all-time great fun than being an all-time great. And in 2023, things finally boiled over with multiple instances of live streaming himself with firearms after multiple reported instances of him trying to fight security guards and neighborhood kids. My hope is that 2023 is the low point of one of sports' greatest redemption arcs, but only time will tell if this was rock bottom or only a preview of things to come for Ja Morant. Number 8, Taylor Swift took over the NFL in 2023. Now, I always laugh when people say that they're sick and tired of hearing about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Imagine how Taylor Swift fans feel about the NFL. She has 250 million more Instagram followers than the NFL does. And before you say, that's just the league account, not popular athletes like Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. And to that I say, she has 250 million more Instagram followers than both of them dudes combined. And just the rumors of her dating Travis Kelce gave his jersey a 400% bump in sales. As big as the NFL is, it's Pluto in the solar system where Taylor Swift is the sun. And in 2023, the NFL should be grateful to even be considered a planet in her orbit. Number 7. Oh, this one was polarizing, buddy. The Jim Harbaugh and Michigan sign stealing scandal. Boy, because that was going to play out until 2024 because the college football semifinals is on New Year's Day in 2024. And then the national championship is a week after that. So we won't even know the resolution until that and then years later. Now, to get back to the story, Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh started 23 with a self-imposed 3-game suspension and then ended the season with the 3-game suspension from the Big Ten. He would sit up there and tell you, I did nothing wrong, I didn't know. And we may never know if it's true or not, given that the man at the center of Michigan's recording scandal, former analyst Connor Stalions, has refused to talk to investigators. Now, Jim Harbaugh has always been at the center of some sort of nonsense, but he can coach his ass off, man, and recruit his ass off. And the Wolverines, despite all the drama, are poised to make a run at the national championship. But you can bet this college football version of Spygate will be a topic of conversation for the rest of his career in Ann Arbor, and especially if Michigan hoists that trophy. Number 6. Oh, I was happy about this one. Ohtani to the Dodgers. 103 years after the Yankees made an unprecedented deal with the Red Sox to land Babe Ruth, the Dodgers struck the literal deal of the century to bring the modern Babe Ruth, Shohei Ohtani, to Los Angeles. Maybe you've cooled on baseball for any number of reasons, but when the first player in MLB history to win MVP by unanimous vote twice, who is a monster as both a pitcher and a hitter, joins an already stacked contender and structures his contract in a way to help the Dodgers also land Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the best pitcher in Japan. Oh my God, I'm so excited for 2024. You don't have any excuse but to stay tuned to what the Dodgers are doing. Love us or hate us, and yes, I said us because I'm a Dodgers fan. I know you'll be watching. Number 5. Women's college basketball shined and got the spotlight in 2023 because it so happens if you put it on TV, people will watch it. Now, advocates for women's basketball have argued that the sports needs more promotion, and they were right, because in 2023, the Sweet 16 round averaged 1.2 million viewers per game, and it was a 73% jump over last season. And the Women's Elite 8 viewership averaged 2.2 million, up 43% over 2022. And get this, ESPN said the Iowa-Louisville Elite 8 game drew more viewers than any NBA game that they've ever broadcast that season. And we've got household names out of last year's tournament. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Haley Van Lith, Haley Cavender. And if 2023 is any indication, women's college basketball is here to stay. Number 4, the Deion Sanders hype goes absolutely nuclear. 9.3 million viewers tuned in to watch Colorado play Colorado State, two teams that won a combined 4 games in 2022. And if we were just talking about the top 50 storylines in college football, 10 of them might be Deion Sanders and Colorado. Whether it's Deion flipping the whole roster, beating TCU, yelling at Ed Werder, feuding with Jay Norvell, the Sanders family commercial deal, signing the best O-line transfer class after telling everybody that's exactly what he was going to do, you have to admit he's made things very interesting. And even if it's not in style to root against him in 2024, I know you'll be tuned in to see Coach Prime take on the Big 12. Number 3, 2 black quarterbacks started in Super Bowl 58. And an average of 115 million people got to see something new in 2023. 2 black quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts, both starting in the Super Bowl. I would have loved to play quarterback, but for generations of athletes that looked like me, it didn't seem plausible because they didn't want to put their best athlete at quarterback. And now as a dad raising quarterback sons, having them see the possibility to compete at the highest level that it actually exists for them is a moment that I'll never forget. Number 2, oh, this one hurt my heart. This one hurt my heart. The Pac-12 implodes. I knew it was coming, but one of the most famous lines in the second Star Wars trilogy is, "You were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them. Bring balance to the Force and not leave it in the darkness." I'm not really a Star Wars guy, but that line is exactly how I feel about Pac-12 Commissioner George Kliavkoff. And after 13 months of negotiation of trying to save the conference after the LA schools bolted for the Big Ten, everything fell apart when Kliavkoff couldn't convince the remaining schools to stay together and couldn't recruit any new schools to join. Larry Scott deserves blame for crashing the Titanic into the iceberg, but Kliavkoff managed to wreck all the lifeboats one by one. And in 2024, the conference I loved and played in will be no more. Number 1. LeBron James passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Back in February, LeBron James put up 38 points against the Thunder to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the NBA's all-time leading points leader. It was a record that stood for over 33 years. And yet he did it in an era with 3-pointers, but he did it in 150 fewer games. How many points do you think that LeBron is going to have 150 games from now? 42,000? And at that point, you could make every 3-pointer that LeBron ever made worth 2, and he would still have the record. And the best part of it was that Bron had his family courtside and called them to be by his side the moment that he passed Kareem. Now, those are the top 10 stories in sports from 2023.